New hair, who dis? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, yes, I did chop off all my hair before going and visiting some family. 4th of July. I feel lighter, and it feels nice to change up. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today, I actually want to talk about a tweet that Virtual Riot put out the other day that really sparked my interest, and I can understand what he said is not the easiest to understand as far as producing terms, so I'm going to explain what he said. So I'm going to pop up the tweet here in a second as I read it off my phone here. Virtual Riot said, "Cool tip to watermark your songs without actually adding something. Flip the phase of both channels on the master file a couple of times in a pattern unique to who you send out to. Then if it leaks, compare the leak to your watermark-free bounce, and you'll see a pattern." So what does that mean? He's pretty much saying you can flip your phase of your stereo field at certain points of a song, and you could say, all right, well, this version went to NSD, and this one went to Disciple, and this one went to Subsidia, and this one went there. And they all have certain marks that are flipped. And for most of us small producers, we're not going to worry about that because no one's going to want to leak our stuff. But if you are a bigger producer or you do scale to a point where it can become an actual issue if stuff starts to get leaked, you could do this, and then you can cross reference the leak with your original file and see who leaked it. Now, this video is going to be a little more technical than my usual ones, and as always, I will be trying to simplify it in the easiest of terms because I know a lot of technical jargon can get um, make things very complicated overall. So, if this every time, I'm going to hit you, and I'm sorry. If this is a video that will interest you, please hit that like button and feel free to subscribe. We're growing every day, and I appreciate all you guys. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm in my DAW here, and I'm sure post edit me is gonna be to the corner. So what we have here is my it's just a edit that I play live that I made, but I want to show you what we're going to be exactly doing and the problems that came about it. So what Virtual Riot was talking about when he said to flip phase is he's talking your stereo field. So you have a mono and a stereo field, right? If you flip your stereo field at a certain point, you can pretty much inverse it without changing the track at all. Now, whenever I first started doing this, I started getting pops when I was inverting my stereo field. And I'll explain why and how to change that in a minute. But I want to show you the popping sound. So let me turn this down a little bit. And what you do to flip phase in Ableton, grab a utility, make a rack out of this. And now we're going to put stereo field of both to macro 1. So when we turn on, it's going to flip both of these. Pretty much is what's going to occur. That's easy as it is to do that. Now, what you're going to do is say choose your drop. So let's say, so this is our kick transient, right? And if we want to flip the phase, let's choose this. Bada bing, let's say we want to choose here, right? We flip it. You can, first of all, I can show you that it's flipped. You can see here, bottom is the top here, top is the bottom here, where we flipped it, which was right here. See, same phase, and then all of a sudden we're inversing it. The problem is we're inversing at a bad part. So you're seeing this, and that's going to be the click. Oh my god, I've had my speakers on the whole time.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
But the cool thing about flipping phase, and one thing I was struggling with when I was first getting this down, was this pop. I was getting a pop when I was doing the phase, and then I hit up a buddy of mine, Atrick Gates, and he explained to me that you have to do it at the point of 0 on the speaker for it to be seamless, which makes sense. And if you didn't know, a speaker is pretty much controlled by a magnetic field, right? So if you have a +1, let's use +1 and -1. So +1, the speaker's going out, and -1, the speaker's going in, right? So +1, you're out, -1, you're in. If something's at +1, and all of a sudden you're flipping the phase to -1 for the speaker, you're getting a very drastic pull, and you're gonna get that pop because all of a sudden it's going here and it's got to go here instantly. So you're gonna get that pop from the magnetic field. So the way to, and that would be at places very far. So if we did something like this, here, okay. So here I did it at the furthest point of the wave, and so you should hear a pop here. Okay, and we can see it too. See how it went from plus there, of the normal wave going there, all of a sudden you're getting here, and you have a very small pop, only more noticeable on transients as well. But if you want something absolutely seamless, you look for a point of 0 in the field. So what you're gonna be looking for is you're gonna zoom in, and these right here, these lines are the point of 0. So this is pretty close. If we're looking there, you can also look. I could move this over here, and this is gonna be like almost pretty much a seamless flip. So if we print this, okay. So now we have flipped it. You can tell right there, obviously, that we did from our point of view. From someone on the outside in, no one's gonna know you flipped this. But now you still have the same track. Seamless. And now if I were sending this to a label, sorry, over here is where we flipped it, I would take my original and I would say wherever I flipped it, I'll say this is it. Boom. Okay, now I'm gonna make this, we'll say Subsidia DNA. Okay, so now if we did this at multiple points, right? Say we flipped it over here for some reason, back. I don't know if this is perfect or not, but we can cut this up. Be like, okay, this is Never Say Die DNA. Okay, and then you go through your song and you have these parts. And for some reason, if your track gets leaked, grab that file and you match it up with this. And if it has a phase inversion at a certain point where you left these markers, you know where it got leaked from. Now, like I said, is this going to be a very common thing used? Probably not. Maybe not even ever. And more likely you're not going to need it if you're an upcoming producer. This is probably only if you're bigger. But I thought this tweet was very cool, very smart, and I got to test somewhat of my producer knowledge with phase inversion stuff. I hope that makes sense to you guys, and it makes a little bit of sense at least. If it doesn't, comment below. This is just a very general video explaining what that tweet made, not a whole tutorial on how phase works in general. But if you do have questions, like I said, comment below. That's really going to be it for this video. Short and sweet to the point. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful July so far. Glad to see our community growing, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.